Welcome to Vending University, the ultimate guide to becoming a vending operator. In this module, User Interface Design for Vending Machines, we'll dive into one of the most overlooked yet critically important elements of modern vending success, the interface that users interact with every single day. Whether you're offering snacks, drinks, or cutting-edge products, the usability and clarity of your machine's interface can make or break the customer experience. Think about it. A customer walks up to your machine, potentially in a hurry, possibly distracted, and likely expecting a seamless, intuitive process. If the screen is confusing, buttons are unresponsive, or navigation feels like a puzzle, you've lost more than just a sale. You've lost a returning customer. In contrast, a well-designed interface builds trust, shortens transaction time, and subtly encourages more purchases. That's why understanding how to create user-friendly, intuitive vending interfaces is essential for any operator who wants to stay competitive. In this course, you'll learn the fundamentals of great UI design specifically tailored to vending environments. We'll cover key principles like simplicity, visual hierarchy, accessibility, and feedback loops. You'll discover how button placement, color usage, touchscreen responsiveness, and even language choices affect the way people engage with your machines. From interactive screens to contactless payment flows, every design choice matters, and we'll help you get it right. We'll also explore real-world examples from leading vending machine brands and analyze both successful and poorly executed interfaces. By the end of this module, you'll be equipped with the knowledge to evaluate, improve, or design a vending machine interface that doesn't just function, it delights. Ready to transform the way customers interact with your vending machines? Let's begin. Module 1. Understanding the role of UI in vending machine performance. In this module, we explore how user interface, UI, design directly influences the performance of vending machines. A vending machine isn't just a product dispenser, it's a customer-facing system, and its success hinges on how effectively users can interact with it. The UI is the first point of contact, and often the only staff a customer encounters. If it's intuitive, fast, and responsive, it encourages engagement, trust, and repeat use. If it's confusing or frustrating, it leads to abandoned transactions and lost revenue. In a world where time and convenience are everything, customers expect seamless interactions. An effective UI should guide users smoothly from product selection to payment, without requiring guesswork. The layout, button placement, text clarity, and responsiveness all influence how easily someone can complete a transaction. Whether the interface is digital or physical, good design should anticipate the needs of the user and reduce friction at every step. Many vending operators focus on what's inside the machine, product mix, pricing, or inventory levels, but neglect the importance of the interface. This is a costly oversight. Even the best product lineup can fail to sell if users can't navigate the interface comfortably. A machine with a thoughtful UI design not only sells more, but also enhances the brand experience, builds customer loyalty, and reduces service calls due to user error. In this module, you'll learn to view your vending machines through the eyes of the user. By understanding how UI affects user decisions, transaction speed, and overall satisfaction, you can begin to recognize the interface as a core performance driver, not just a technical feature. This foundational perspective sets the stage for everything we'll cover in the modules ahead. Module 2. Principles of Intuitive and User-Centered Design. In this module, we focus on the key principles of intuitive and user-centered design as they apply to vending machines. A user-centered interface is built around the needs, habits, and expectations of real users, not assumptions or aesthetics alone. Intuitive design means that even first-time users can operate the machine without reading instructions or making errors. Achieving this requires a deep understanding of user behavior and deliberate design choices that simplify the journey from start to finish. A well-designed vending machine UI should feel familiar, predictable, and responsive. Users shouldn't need to think twice about where to tap or what comes next. This is achieved by following established patterns: clear call-to-action buttons, logical menu flows, visual consistency, and immediate feedback. The fewer decisions a user has to make, the smoother the experience. Good UI reduces cognitive load by limiting unnecessary steps, avoiding clutter, and using visual cues like color and icons to guide the process. User-centered design also means accessibility. Interfaces must be usable by people of all ages, abilities, and languages. Text should be legible, icons universally recognizable, and actions reversible where possible. For example, a cancel button should be easy to find, and confirmation messages should provide reassurance. These small but essential elements help users feel in control and confident, increasing satisfaction and reducing frustration. This module teaches that designing for users is not about adding features. It's about clarity, simplicity, and empathy. When vending interfaces reflect real user needs, they become more than just functional. They become engaging. The best UI designs are invisible in the sense that they don't call attention to themselves, they simply work. Understanding and applying these core principles is key to creating vending machines that serve people better, faster, and more effectively. Module 3. Designing Touchscreen. Interfaces for vending environments. In this module, we explore the unique challenges and opportunities that come with designing touchscreen interfaces for vending machines. As touchscreens become more common in modern vending systems, they offer flexibility, interactivity, and space for dynamic content. However, to be effective, touchscreen UIs must be designed specifically for public self-service use, where users often have limited time, varying tech skills, and no instruction manual. Touchscreen interfaces should prioritize simplicity and responsiveness. Buttons must be large enough for quick taps, with adequate spacing to prevent errors. Menus should be shallow, with a clear path from product selection to payment. Visual elements like product images, pricing, and availability need to be easily scannable at a glance. Every action should trigger immediate visual or audio feedback so the user knows the machine is responding. Another important consideration is visibility. Touchscreen displays should be legible in different lighting conditions and from various angles. Text and icons must remain clear and high contrast, even in bright sunlight or dim indoor settings. Moreover, the interface should account for people with different heights and mobility levels by positioning the screen at an accessible height and ensuring it is operable with minimal physical effort. Designers should also minimize the number of screens or taps needed to complete a purchase. Users shouldn't be bogged down by unnecessary animations, loading times, or excessive prompts. Speed is key in vending environments, and every design choice should reflect that goal. Include only essential elements and eliminate distractions to keep users focused. In this module, you'll learn how to create touchscreen layouts that balance usability, visual appeal, and functionality. By tailoring the experience for fast, self-guided interaction, you'll help ensure that your vending machines remain efficient and user-friendly in real-world environments. Module 4. Optimizing button layout, icons, and navigation flow. In this module, we focus on optimizing button layout, iconography, and navigation flow to create a seamless and efficient vending machine user interface. Button placement and design directly affect how quickly and accurately users can complete transactions. A well-thought-out layout reduces errors, speeds up interaction, and enhances overall satisfaction. When designing button layouts, prioritize size and spacing. Buttons must be large enough to tap easily, especially in public settings where users may be distracted or wearing gloves. Avoid crowding buttons together. Sufficient spacing prevents accidental presses. Group related functions logically, payment options in one area, product selection in another, so users can find what they need intuitively. Icons are powerful tools for communication. They should be simple, universally recognizable, and consistent throughout the interface. Icons help users quickly identify functions like cancel, help, or payment methods without relying solely on text. Clear icons reduce cognitive load and speed up decision-making. Be careful to avoid ambiguous or culturally specific symbols that might confuse users. Navigation flow is the backbone of a smooth user experience. The path from starting the transaction to completing it should be linear and predictable, minimizing backtracking or unnecessary steps. Use progress indicators or breadcrumbs to show users where they are in the process. Allow easy access to previous steps or cancel options to reduce frustration. Avoid deep menus or complex hierarchies that slow down the experience. Feedback is crucial at every stage. Buttons should visually respond when pressed, and the interface should confirm selections clearly. These cues reassure users and build confidence in the machine's responsiveness. By carefully optimizing button layout, icons, and navigation flow, you create an interface that feels natural and efficient, making vending machines easier and more enjoyable to use. Mastering these design elements helps reduce errors, increase sales, and improve customer loyalty. Module 5. Accessibility and Inclusivity in Vending UI Design. In this module, we focus on the critical role of accessibility and inclusivity in vending machine user interface design. A vending machine should be usable by everyone, regardless of age, physical ability, or language proficiency. Inclusive design broadens your customer base and reflects a commitment to fairness and social responsibility, while accessibility ensures that no one is excluded due to preventable barriers. Designing for accessibility means addressing a variety of needs. For users with visual impairments, high contrast colors and large legible fonts improve readability. Screen elements should avoid color combinations that are difficult to distinguish for colorblind users. Additionally, tactile feedback such as raised buttons or audible cues can assist users who have difficulty seeing or using touchscreens. Mobility and reach are also important considerations. Interfaces should be positioned at heights accessible to wheelchair users and individuals of shorter stature. Controls must require minimal force and be easy to press. Offering alternative input methods, like physical buttons alongside touchscreens, can help those with limited dexterity or unfamiliarity with touch technology. Language and cultural inclusivity matter as well. Using simple, clear language and avoiding jargon helps users of different literacy levels or those who speak other languages. Iconography should be culturally neutral and universally recognizable to avoid confusion. By integrating accessibility and inclusivity into your UI design, you create a welcoming environment that respects all users. This not only expands your audience, but also enhances your brand's reputation. Inclusive design reduces frustration and errors, making transactions smoother and more efficient for everyone. This module emphasizes that accessibility isn't an afterthought, it's a fundamental component of successful vending UI design. Prioritizing inclusivity ensures your machines serve all customers fairly and effectively. Module 6. Color, Contrast, and Typography for Readability and Impact. In this module, we delve into the essential elements of color, contrast, and typography in vending machine UI design. These visual components are vital for creating interfaces that are not only attractive, but also highly readable and impactful. When users approach a vending machine, they should immediately understand what to do without straining to read or interpret the screen. Thoughtful use of color, contrast, and typography achieves this clarity and enhances the overall user experience. Color is a powerful tool for attracting attention, conveying meaning, and organizing information. Use colors strategically to highlight important buttons, indicate status, such as sold out or payment successful, and differentiate between categories. However, avoid overusing bright or clashing colors that can overwhelm users or cause visual fatigue. It's important to maintain a balanced palette that aligns with your brand identity while prioritizing usability. Contrast is crucial for legibility, especially in varying lighting conditions common to vending environments. Text and interactive elements should stand out clearly against their backgrounds, Low contrast can cause eye strain and confusion, leading to mistakes or abandoned transactions. Ensuring sufficient contrast is also a key accessibility requirement for users with visual impairments. Typography impacts how easily users can read and process information. Choose clean, sans serif fonts that are simple and modern, with consistent sizing to establish hierarchy. Avoid decorative fonts or overly condensed text that can hinder readability. Headings, instructions, and product names should be distinguishable from each other to guide users through the interface logically. In this module, you'll learn how to combine color, contrast, and typography to craft a vending UI that communicates clearly and efficiently. Mastering these elements improves not only aesthetics, but also usability, making your vending machines accessible and engaging for all users. The right visual design choices create a welcoming and effective interface that supports quick, confident interactions, essential for maximizing sales and customer satisfaction. Module 7. Designing for Speed, Reducing Friction in the Purchase Process. In this module, we examine how designing for speed and minimizing friction in the purchase process can dramatically improve user satisfaction and vending machine performance. Customers approaching a vending machine usually want a quick, hassle-free transaction. Delays, confusion, or complicated steps can frustrate users and lead to abandoned purchases. Speed and simplicity are critical factors in maintaining a positive user experience. To design for speed, every element of the interface should prioritize efficiency. This means minimizing the number of screens and taps required to complete a purchase. Clear, concise instructions help users understand what to do next without hesitation. Reducing unnecessary choices or optional steps keeps users focused on their goal, buying a product quickly and easily. Friction points often arise from unclear feedback or lengthy processing times. Users need immediate confirmation after selecting an item or making a payment. Visual cues like progress bars, check marks, or short messages reassure users that the machine is responding. Avoid loading screens or animations that delay completion unless they serve a clear purpose and are very brief. Another way to reduce friction is by streamlining payment options. Offering popular contactless payments, mobile wallets, or card readers reduces transaction time. Interfaces should clearly display accepted payment methods upfront to avoid confusion. Designing for speed also involves anticipating common errors and providing easy ways to recover. For example, a prominent cancel button or option to change selections without restarting the entire process improves flow. In this module, you'll learn how to evaluate your vending UI and identify bottlenecks that slow users down. By focusing on speed and removing barriers, you create a smooth, efficient experience that encourages repeat use and maximizes sales. Ultimately, reducing friction isn't just about fast transactions. It's about respecting users' time and enhancing their overall experience with your vending machine. Module 8. Integrating payment systems seamlessly into the UI. In this module, we explore how to seamlessly integrate payment systems into vending machine user interfaces to create a smooth, trustworthy transaction experience. Payment is the critical final step in any vending interaction, and a poorly designed payment UI can cause confusion, delays, or lost sales. Effective integration means making payment options clear, easy to use, and fast, while maintaining security and user confidence. A successful payment UI clearly presents all accepted payment methods up front, such as contactless cards, mobile wallets, cash, or QR codes. Users should instantly know their options without hunting through menus. Icons and text should communicate these options visually and concisely. Offering multiple payment methods increases accessibility and convenience, appealing to a wider customer base. The payment process itself must be streamlined. Step-by-step prompts guide users through their chosen method, with clear instructions for inserting cash, tapping a card, or scanning a phone. Immediate feedback at each stage, such as payment approved or please try again, reassures users and prevents uncertainty. Timely error messages help users correct issues quickly without frustration. Security cues like padlock icons and trusted brand logos increase user trust, especially when entering card details or mobile payment information. Ensuring that the interface complies with PCI standards and other regulations protects both the user and operator. In this module, you'll learn how to balance ease of use, clarity, and security when integrating payments into your vending UI. Thoughtful design here not only reduces abandonment rates, but also encourages repeat business. Ultimately, seamless payment integration transforms the checkout process from a potential barrier into a smooth conclusion, enhancing overall satisfaction and boosting your vending machine's success. Module 9. UI Testing and Feedback, Improving through User Data. In this module, we focus on the importance of testing vending machine user interfaces, UI, and leveraging user feedback to drive continuous improvement. Designing a great UI is only the beginning. Real success comes from understanding how users actually interact with the machine and refining the design based on data. Testing and feedback are essential to identify usability issues, reduce errors, and enhance satisfaction. UI testing involves observing users as they navigate the interface in realistic scenarios. This can include direct observation, video recordings, or digital analytics that track interactions such as button presses, time spent on screens, and error rates. Usability testing helps uncover pain points that designers may have overlooked, like confusing menus or poorly labeled buttons. It also reveals how different user groups, such as first-time users, older adults, or people with disabilities, experience the machine. Collecting feedback is equally valuable. This can come from surveys, interviews, or built-in feedback options on the vending machine. Users often provide insights into frustrations or desired features that quantitative data alone might miss. Combining qualitative and quantitative data gives a holistic view of performance. Iterative design is key. Use test results to make informed changes, then test again. This cycle ensures the UI evolves to better meet user needs and expectations. Tracking metrics like transaction time, error frequency, and sales conversion helps quantify improvements and justify investments. In this module, you'll learn effective testing methods, how to interpret data, and best practices for incorporating feedback into UI updates. A user-focused, data-driven approach turns your vending interface into a constantly improving asset that maximizes usability and profitability. Module 10. Future Trends in Vending Machine Interfaces and Smart UX. In this module, we explore emerging trends shaping the future of vending machine interfaces and smart user experiences, UX. Technology is rapidly transforming how vending machines interact with customers, making the interface more dynamic, personalized, and efficient. Staying ahead of these trends is crucial for vending operators who want to maintain a competitive edge and meet evolving customer expectations. One major trend is the integration of artificial intelligence, AI, and machine learning. These technologies enable machines to learn from user behavior, optimize product recommendations, and personalize the interface for individual users. For example, AI can suggest favorite or complementary items based on previous purchases, enhancing convenience and increasing sales. Adaptive interfaces may also adjust layout and content dynamically based on time of day, location, or inventory levels. Voice interaction is another emerging feature. Voice commands allow hands-free operation, improving accessibility and convenience, especially in busy or hygiene-sensitive environments. Coupled with natural language processing, machines can understand complex requests and offer a more conversational experience. Smart payment options continue to evolve, including biometric authentication and cryptocurrency acceptance. These advances simplify transactions while enhancing security. Moreover, IoT connectivity allows machines to report real-time data on sales, maintenance needs, and customer preferences, enabling proactive management and tailored marketing. Augmented reality, AR, is also on the horizon, offering immersive ways to explore product details or promotions via smartphone interaction. This creates engaging experiences that blend physical and digital shopping. This module highlights how smart UX is moving beyond static screens toward interactive, adaptive, and personalized systems. Embracing these innovations will help vending operators deliver exceptional customer experiences and future-proof their business. Conclusion: the journey through user interface design for vending machines has highlighted the vital role that thoughtful, user-centered design plays in the success of modern vending operations. A well-crafted UI transforms a simple transaction into an efficient, enjoyable experience that builds customer trust, reduces errors, and boosts sales. We began by understanding how UI impacts performance and explored core principles such as intuitiveness, accessibility, and speed. Throughout the modules, it became clear that every detail, from button layout and iconography to color choice and payment integration, contributes to how users perceive and interact with the machine. Emphasizing inclusivity ensures your machines serve a diverse range of customers, reflecting real-world needs and broadening your audience. Designing for speed and reducing friction addresses the common user desire for quick, hassle-free purchases, essential in today's fast-paced environments. Integrating payment systems smoothly and securely removes barriers at the most critical point of the transaction. Moreover, rigorous UI testing and the use of user feedback provide the means to continually refine and improve the interface based on real data and user insights. Looking ahead, emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence, voice interaction, and augmented reality promise to redefine vending interfaces, offering personalized, adaptive, and immersive experiences. Staying informed and embracing these innovations will help operators stay competitive and meet evolving customer expectations. Ultimately, user interface design is not merely a technical requirement, but a strategic asset that directly influences customer satisfaction and business performance. By applying the principles and practices covered in this course, you are equipped to create vending machine interfaces that are clear, engaging, accessible, and effective. This foundation empowers you to enhance the user experience, maximize sales, and contribute to the future success of your vending operations.